Interim manager Dave Webb, disappointing result tonight. Your immediate reaction to that?
Yeah, I don't like losing football matches, that's for sure. And it's becoming a little bit too frequent for my liking. And you know, there's been a few harsh words during half time and after the game. So you know, things have to change. You know, I thought, you know, first half it was just far too easy for Didcot to get in. They created numerous chances, hit the post twice, could have had 3 goals really, and you know, we need to defend better than that. And to be fair, we got back to 1-1 and then gone in 2-1 down. And you know, as I say, but you know, the pleasing thing, if we can take anything from the game, was the second half performance. I thought we were a lot better. We showed a little bit more desire and commitment in the second half to try and get back into the game. And obviously conceded a 3rd goal, literally in the last kick of the game. But you know, as I say, these players got us to 2nd in the league. You know, we've only won. We haven't won in what, 6 now in the league. 1 draw, 5 defeats. It's not what we're used to, not what I'm used to, and not what I'm going to accept. And they need to. We all got to take collective responsibility when we get beat. And you know, I'm not having people saying the team's too young. They're good players. As I say, if we're in the bottom 4 and this group have been together all season and we're not winning games, I could sort of say, well, you know, it's not right. We haven't got this right. But when we've done as well as we have done, to see us not winning 6 doesn't sit nicely with me, and it shouldn't sit nicely with the players, and they're fully aware of that. And as I said to them, you know, they're here, and while they are here, we have to take responsibility to get us out of it, and we've got to try and win the next game at Tottenham. And there are no easy games, and you know, I knew today would be difficult. You know, they're on a good run, but really, you know, we've really handed them the game by our own mistakes again. You know, and that's what's the first 2 goals. You know, we have to do better, and we haven't defended properly, and we've got caught. And as I say, got back into the game, but you know, we were lacking that little bit of quality. I think the last cutting edge, that little bit of guile to get us a goal, to get us back into the game, and we haven't shown that today, and that's why we got beat.
You haven't had a game for a couple of weeks because of the postponements with the bad weather, and do you think that certainly affected your first half performance? Came out a bit sluggish, first touch wasn't too good, 1 or 2 players jogging around when they should have been speeding up a bit more, and as you say, they took their chances when it came to them. Bizarre own goal, the first one.
No, you can't use that as an excuse. You know, I'm not stood here making excuses. You know, you can't say because we haven't played for 10 days that's the reason we got beat. You know, we've been beaten because we weren't collectively good enough today again. And you know, as I say, we all have to take responsibility. It starts with me. I'm the manager. I pick the team. I have to take ultimately the responsibility for the results, and I will do. But they're the players in possession of the shirts. They're the players that we as a club have chosen to be here. So they've got to try and, you know, go on and win the next game. And as I say, you know, you can go 2 ways. You don't want to fight, you don't want to scrap, you don't want to try and win, and losing becomes a habit as winning does. And I'm not used to losing, and I don't like it. And if anybody's unsure about the way I feel, they're fully aware now. You know, I'm not happy with it, and you know, I've got to work even harder to try and turn this around, because you know, this club, since my time as manager, we've not been on a run of form where we've lost so many games. Some people may say that's because of the players, but I just think we're just in a little bit of a poor run of form. I have to try and reinstall that confidence in the group, and we have to get back to doing what we were doing so well. Nothing's really changed apart from our results, and the players are still the same players. All right, we've had a few suspensions, we've got a few missing today. You can't use that as an excuse, because the rest of the players that are at the club have to be good enough to come in and step up to the mark when they're required. And again, you know, you can't hide. You know, I can stand here and make as many excuses as people want me to make, but I'm not prepared to do that, because we as a group, that's me and the players and the rest of my staff, have to be strong and try and turn it around.
They are a young squad, as we all know, and at half time I'm guessing that quite a few strong words were said, not necessarily teacups and such like thrown around in the changing room, and 1 or 2 of us were saying, well, perhaps that was the team talk you should have done before the game. Do you think you need to be a little bit tougher and a little bit harder with them, you know, particularly as they're youngsters?
No, I think I'm pretty hard with them. You're not going to see me, bellowing from the touchline and running up and down the touchline. And I believe that we give them enough instruction. They get, if they're out of line, they get put back into line. I can assure you that, and they know what's required. And as I say, I don't think there's anything worse as a footballer when you got some overage ex-footballer on the touchline bellowing instructions and telling people where to run. I don't see any benefit in that at all. Not for me. When I played, if a manager was shouting at me from the touchline, I wouldn't even listen anyway, to be honest. I don't think it's that. I think it's just collectively there's a few players that are below par, and unfortunately there's too many of them below par at the moment, and that's the issue. We've got far too many that are not quite at the level they were a month ago, and that's what we've got to get back to, and they've got to do it together. And I said to them after the game, it's only them that can sort it out. They've collectively got to get together, and we've got to try and improve. And if we do that, they're all good young players, and hopefully they'll be able to turn it around and win the next game at Tottenham, which won't be easy. They're going to be
New
trying
management in there, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, they'll be trying to get a win. I don't know how they've done today, but we need a win. We need to stop this run of form and get a win if we're to sustain any challenge for where we ultimately want to be, which is fighting for the playoffs, which we always do every season. And nothing's changed in that respect. We've still got we've had a good start, a great start, probably overachieved in our start, but our current run isn't good enough, and as I say, all of us have to try and put that right.
Thanks, Dave.
Cheers, Nick.